Could she really be here, waiting for me? Mary died of that damn disease 3 years ago.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. Silent Hill. But it's all over now. I don't need you anymore. I'm ready. Mary?
Welcome to Drawbridge, Sam. And to the GHV Magellan, our mobile base of operations. Come on, I'll help you get your bearings. This is the ship's armory. Here you can check your weapons and put them through their paces. These rooms over here belong to other members of the crew. They're pretty much the same as yours. And the shower's down at the end.
This is one hell of a ship you got here. Courtesy of the UCA, I'm guessing.
No. As I told you, Drawbridge is a civilian outfit. But we do have a generous patron with access to plenty of capital and tech.
Sounds like a UCA big shot.
Don't ask me. We've never met face to face. They value their privacy.
Seriously? No better than to believe that bullshit.
It's the same deal as America. The people here are all spread out, cut off from one another. We want you to help us bring the world together.
Sam, would you mind if I joined you?
Humor him. His knowledge and experience will probably come in handy down the road.
Yes. Really, Sam? Your buttocks? What about shotgun? I prefer the driver's seat.
Sam, do you read me? You'll first need to access the Mexico side plate gate terminal. After we've confirmed network coverage, we can take the DHV Magellan and regroup at your position.
The problem is, not everybody wants to be part of the UCA.
That's not the plan, Sam. The UCA isn't looking to expand its borders. Just like with Mexico, they want to bring new regions into the network. Anyway, the DHV Magellan's here to back you up. As always, you'll be the one leading the way to expand the network.
What's your role in all this? You're the commander, huh?
That's right. These days I'm fragile in name only. You brought America together, helped it be reborn as the UCA. But I'm afraid Death Stranding is far from over. Humanity is still in danger, still on the brink of extinction. Don't act like you don't see it. A lot of things changed after you went off on your own, especially within the UCA. Bridges no longer oversees the distribution network. They withdrew once things were up and running. So your friends and co-workers all went their separate ways. Within network coverage, there's no need to rely on human porters anymore. So after I closed up shop, I went and started a new group. One that handles work in regions outside the UCA. We decided to call ourselves Drawbridge.
With the support of the chiral network and APAS, humanity will be free from the need to move around. Bots are capable of handling deliveries.
He's alive.
He called himself a ghost, but...
We found a way back from the beach just so he could kill us.
He said he came back to get revenge on you and me.
Hey, brother. Did you miss me? Yeah, I figured you'd pay this place a visit, seeing as how I've been distributing the fruits of this fine factory all over the continent. Guns and violence, the whole damn world could be yours. Same as it ever was. Oh. Looks like you decided to trade in that rope for a stick this go-round. Well, I suppose even a porter has to pull the trigger from time to time. Oh, what about you? Hey, buddy. Are you just another soulless little husk, huh?
Let go of me!
Oh.
Pathetic guitarist, where's the rest of your band?
Well, ain't that something?
Was it you, Higgs? Huh? Was it you that killed Lou?
You still don't know, do you?
Something he said. You don't know a goddamn thing about Lou.
All right, Sam. Let's see what we can find on Lou.
If you want answers, you're gonna have to find them yourself. But the ones you do find, well, that pain you nurse will only get worse. Sam the man in the dark about everything.
Don't forget, coming on this expedition was meant to help you find the strength to carry on. And you have. We all know you've got this. Now it's time to finish the journey, Sam. Please understand, Sam. We never meant to string you along.
That chrysalis, we found her inside. It was filled with a fluid that contained amino acids. One's identical in structure to the kind found in tar.
I'm sorry, there are amino acids in tar? As in proteins?
Of course. How else did you think that chiral creatures could emerge from it? Some have even theorized that the tar is a sort of primordial soup.
I was there. I saw her home. And it was a hellhole.
You see, after you left Bridges, I decided to do a little digging. Now, according to them, BB-28 was flagged for disposal and subsequently incinerated 4 years ago, long before you and Lou first met.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet. Approaching Soviet airspace.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino Yask in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the West. Your codename for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. The clock is ticking. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be seen by the enemy. You must leave no trace of your presence. Is that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's specialty. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
I have to find my own weapons and equipment? Whose crazy idea was this anyway?
The mission rests entirely in your hands.
A real one-man army. Freeze. Speak. Commencing virtuous mission now.
My daughter, a new threat comes to our shores, and I must call you home. Restore what has been broken. Unite old enemies. Forge new bonds. You are a hero, but you can be more. You can be a leader. You are Wonder Woman.
What is that?
Freedom. Our freedom.
As soon as we find a good spot, we can get things set up and ready to go. And then we can get started.
This is gonna be great!
You bet.
I hope we find them soon.
Look!
Incredible. I've never heard of a Karatnoth herd this big before.
One of them's got big spikes on its back.
Now to lead it away from the pack. We'll make for the desert.
Right! The sandstorm! Now commencing the hunt by order of the guild.
I've selected you as a lead hunter for this expedition.
Thank you, sir.
You never know you are a monster until someone comes to slay you. The first signs are really subtle, but over time, it becomes clear. The gift changes you, slowly consuming every little part of your humanity. I should know. It runs in my blood.
A weathered Torii gate stands before a weathered shrine in a misty forest. A man with a Chan Magay-style haircut with the top of the head shaved flees from a hooded pursuer. The man draws a small weapon, then slows to a stop and looks around. He turns, unsheathing a sword.
Who are you?
The hooded figure steps toward him calmly.
Who do you serve?
With the sword across their back, the figure stares, then a thick mist obscures them from view. A Ubisoft original.
All I have ever known in my life. Our land.
A man and a young woman bow before a shrine.
Our customs. My family.
They clap twice.
Burns in the name of unification.
Lightning flashes in the distance. Now, armored soldiers cut down villagers fleeing across a bridge. As a soldier raises a spear over a helpless villager, the young woman shoves him aside, then rolls on the ground to dodge another's weapon. She kicks an attacker, then gets bashed by the end of a spear that sends her rolling to the edge of a river. Across the water, she sees a village burning. She zeroes in on an African samurai in traditional armor, and the view splits to include them both.
You are still a frog in a well, who knows nothing of the sea.
Ships near a harbor.
The ocean's filled with new ships, but they all come from the same river.
The African man bows deeply.
Greed.
An instructor signals to him. On a battlefield, a general sits on a rise above his troops who march in formation holding matchlock guns.
Power.
The front line fires.
Vengeance.
The African samurai in his full armor steps through the ensuing gunsmoke and draws his sword. Backed by other warriors, he takes on soldiers. He impales one, then lifts and flings him off his blade. With one swing of his sword, he slashes the throats of 4 soldiers, their blood flying through the air as they collapse on the riverbank.
And you
Will you continue down that river?
The African samurai removes his helmet and locks eyes with the young woman across the river.
Or choose another path, beyond what we see?
They face each other in a wheat field.
And we must look for it. Together.
Now, the young woman walks down a bustling village street. A figure with their face concealed by a conical hat holds out a slip of paper. The young woman grabs it as she passes, then hands the note to the African samurai without stopping.
We must learn to trust. Rebuild.
A young girl's eyes light up as she spots the samurai.
And follow the blade.
On a misty night, guards patrol a house's terrace. The young woman sneaks across a ledge and uses a grappling hook to launch herself into the air. She flings throwing stars into the man with the chanmage, then lands on 2 guards before engaging a third. She stabs him with her sword, then turns to see her target fleeing. She takes on 2 more guards, slashing one across the face. Elsewhere, translucent paper doors silhouette 2 people in a house. Then the samurai's imposing figure appears between them. He bashes them through the doors, then steps outside holding a bloodied kanabo, which resembles a spiked club with a handle. Guards charge him, and the samurai brings down his bulky weapon to knock them to the snowy ground. In the misty forest,
I said, who do you serve?
The man with the chanmage faces the hooded figure. As he steps back, he bumps into the African samurai.
We are the shadows.
The young woman lowers her hood.
That served the light.
As the man charges, she easily dodges his sword and thrusts her hidden blade at him. A title appears over the red-tinged profiles of the African samurai and the young woman. Assassin's Creed Shadows, November 15th, 2024. Pre-order available now.
Welcome to the land of Mojo. Here we find Jot, the Plucky Squire, and his friends, Violet, Thrash, and Pip. Our heroes protect the land from the villainous sorcerer, Hungrump. They adventure to the edges of their realm, and even beyond. There, Jot finds a whole new world to explore, with dangers, surprises, and attractively furnished accommodation. Our heroes must battle Hungrump across the 2 realms if they are to save their beloved land from his diabolical designs. Off the page and into adventure!
Here, and I'm the art director for SteamWorld Heist 2. Today we're going to play through one of the early missions you'll encounter in Heist 2, blow up a few Royal Navy ships, and play around with some of the game's items and systems. Now that we've entered our trusty submarine, let's check if we have any upgrades available. It looks like we can afford another equipment slot. Later in the game you'll be able to fill these with torpedoes, lasers, and other upgrades. But for now, we're very early in the story, so we've yet to unlock those dangerous goodies. If we're going too fast, feel free to pause and read the screens. And away we go! Just steer the sub in the direction you want to travel. Your weapons are automated, so just focus on lining up your shots. And don't forget to pick up any drifting chests. Some are more precious than others. Just like in the first SteamWorld Heist, some missions are optional, although this one is needed to progress the story. We've added a custom difficulty slider for those that want their experience tailor-made. Since this is early in the game, we haven't unlocked a lot of items or hats yet. But don't worry, there'll be plenty more to find. Just like its predecessor, SteamWorld Heist 2 is turn-based. So let's go ahead and move Daisy and Wesley into position before we end our turn. Speaking of deadly traps, if you fail or restart a mission, all you will lose is your pride. The missions of SteamWorld Heist II are all handmade, but with random enemy spawns and cover locations, you'll need to stay on your toes when you replay missions. Let's try and blast all these guys by using Wesley's item, a handmade rustic grenade. You know what though? We're gonna turn on Wesley's Warcry ability just to make sure we scrap our foes, which grants Wesley and his nearby teammates extra damage. We're moving Daisy behind cover, just to make sure no shots sneak up on her. The environment around you often has advantages you can use, like these conveniently placed explosive barrels. Now it's the Navy's turn to try and do their worst. Daisy's a dead-eye shot, but will need to reload her rifle during combat. Wesley is currently assigned to the Reaper job, meaning he gets to shoot again if he scraps an enemy. By the way, if you want to learn more about the jobs in SteamWorld Heist 2, check out the gameplay deep dive video, which is linked in the description. Just like this enemy did, you too can enjoy shooting off other bots' hats and adding them to your collection. Wesley! Not a perfect heist, but you can always come back later and try again. Reputation from completing missions and finding epic swag means we unlock new levels and get access to new items. Oh, and good news! In SteamWorld Heist 2, all characters who are part of the heist get some experience, even if they're scrapped. Now, before we head back to where we started, we're just going to take a quick detour. Places like this can be found all over the Great Oceanic Shard, so keep your eyes peeled. There could be anything here. Water, upgrade items, or the Navy. Ooh, epic swag. These are always worth the effort. How do we get over there? Heist 2 is not all about gunslinging action, marvelous stories, or great voiceovers, you know. There are puzzles, too. Ah, clean water. The preferred currency of shopkeepers in SteamWorld Heist 2. With that taken care of, let's go back to the Hardwater Bar and end a day of hard heisting. I wonder what the deal is with these guys.
I take a chance every day against this tide. I know the way to hearts isn't a lie. And when it feels impossible, I stay a little while.
So we've gathered a bunch of bounty points during the day, which we can trade for items, gallons, or upgrades. Once we finish the day, the ship gets repaired, and previously exhausted crewmates can take on new missions. And that, my Steam-powered friends, was a hint of what SteamWorld Heist 2 has to offer. But rest assured, there's plenty more to discover, both across the sea and deep below. That's all for today, folks. Still have a burning question about SteamWorld Heist 2? Pop them in the comments below, and we'll try our best to get back to you, especially if you promise to wishlist. Steamulator.